There's an election to be decided in 2 days for 2 seats with a handful of candidates. The race for Clovis City Council has become heated and has had its share of controversy. Our Adrian Thomas with a rundown of all the candidates and their campaign mission.
Voting is already underway in Clovis for what is shaping up to be a heated race for city council. We caught up with all the candidates and each feel their experience is what the city needs right now. Like Diane Pierce, a small business owner who feels being self-employed gives her an edge over her opponents, especially after the pandemic's impact on local businesses.
None of them are self-employed and none of them missed a paycheck from their regular jobs. As a small business owner myself, I thought it would be good to have some diversity of experience and a voice from the business community.
At the other end of the political aisle, the only registered Democrat in the field, Noah Elbaz, who has served in leadership roles at local colleges.
I'm a lifelong educator and I have led multi-million-dollar operations, and I feel like there's a real place for a diverse perspective and an educator's point of view.
And the incumbent Lynn Ashbeck, who highlights her long career in local government in Clovis.
We got here because of strong, effective, proven, trusted civic leaders. And I have been proud to be one of those leaders for the last 20 years.
And the major issues?
Public safety remains the top priority.
So much of our emphasis is always looking at public safety that we tend to put education on the back burner.
All candidates agree on Clovis schools returning in a safe and responsible way, but all differ slightly on where they stand in reopening Clovis's economy amid COVID-19.
Making sure our businesses are fully open and fully operational, that we're welcoming people back to Clovis.
We need to look at some short-term strategies to help businesses get back on their feet, changing some of our ordinances to allow businesses to adapt their business model.
Elbaz wouldn't name specific opponents or council members, but she feels more can be done to keep Clovis's economy alive in a safe way.
We have a lot of city council members that are spending too much time really pandering to what people want to hear, which is that we can just act as if nothing's going on. We also need to look at how are we helping our small businesses recuperate from this.
They trust what we've done, and trust is important.
Incumbent City Council member Vong Moanatua enjoys broad support from local unions and other local officials. He's running on a platform of experience in helping Clovis businesses through the COVID-19 pandemic. Challenger Herman Nagra says his fresh perspective as a business owner is what Clovis needs right now.
As a business owner, I have experience in cost-saving strategies, in negotiating contracts and bids, and getting things done.
But the campaign for Nagra has been controversial. At the end of January, he was caught on camera taking one of Vong Moanatua's campaign signs. Nagra claims nearby businesses said the sign shouldn't have been there.
I did approach these businesses and I asked them, does this person have permission to put these signs here? And when they said no, I removed them for them.
I found out about it when I was actually watching the news.
Jeff Davis owns Saddleback Village at Clovis and 3rd Street, the shopping center where Nagra was seen taking Moanatua's sign. Davis says he was never approached by Nagra and did not give Moanatua permission to put his large campaign sign there to begin with.
Well, I would never put a sign where I did not get any official permission from a landowner.
Moanatua says he got permission from Saddleback's property management company. We reached out to that company for comment and didn't hear back. Jeff Davis has since given Vong Moanatua permission to put up campaign signs right on his property where the big sign once stood, but he maintains he was unhappy he wasn't approached by either candidate in the first place.
So here he is, Adrian Thomas. He met with the candidates and he joins me now for a little bit more perspective on this, making your debut here on Sunday Morning Matters. Welcome. How are you?
Good. Thanks. Happy to be here.
Well, you talked to all 5 candidates. What a task that was, first of all. And, you know, this race is really going to come down to Tuesday night because, as we know, a lot of people haven't done the vote by mail in Clovis yet, a very small percentage of that. I know you even went down to City Hall to look at the vote center. What was the turnout that you saw the day that you were down there, because there's a big concern that there's voter fatigue?
The day that I was there, I didn't see many people voting in person. I maybe saw 2 or 3 during the 15 minutes that I was there. Granted, Election Day is March 2nd, so there's still a little bit of time, but very possibly voter fatigue could be a factor in the turnout. We're just going to have to wait and see until March 2nd.
You know, city council seats, they're not meant to be partisan or party politics, if you will. Noah Elbaz, as you know, you were talking to her, the only registered Democrat in this race. Did you get the sense the political climate that party politics is going to play a role when you were talking to them?
I think so. I think there's definitely an underlying tone of partisanship with this race, even though the city council at large is supposed to be nonpartisan. I asked most of the candidates about that, if they feel city council is becoming more partisan or if they feel the race is becoming more partisan. And I actually got pretty mixed answers, but the candidates who did feel as if things were moving partisan felt pretty strongly about that, and it especially came out when I spoke to Noah Elbaz, the only registered Democrat in the field. She made a lot of remarks about the pandemic and how she feels some of the people on city council and people running for the city council are addressing the pandemic, and we've certainly seen how the pandemic has been politicized not only on the local but state and national level, of course.
All right, Adrian Thomas, good work talking to the candidates. We'll see how it all plays out March 2nd.